Hey everybody, Lee here again today. I've already done my gym stick workout, so just do a warm up of your own, and then we'll get moving. It'll be empty-handed forms today, and so I'll probably be reviewing one of these forms that I did from this Shukokai karate, and then doing another form from that, and I'll cycle through a number of Korean empty-hand forms. Just make sure that oh, I see. Just want to make sure that link works. Can't remember whether it was .net or .com. Okay, I think the gymstick.com is going to work more. .net doesn't seem to be doing anything. Sorry about the bad link. So that's the warm-up I did. I'm just going to review this karate form. At some point, I still owe you guys a Tomb Raider stream because my controller ran out of battery, ran out of juice, and I couldn't continue that last stream that I did. So now I'll just see if I can remember. Things out of the way so I'm not tripping on stuff. Actually, yeah, I think I do something like that. So, and to keep the arm actually more like a box in that back stance. Turn around, inner block and front kick, step down, knife hand, knife hand, knife hand. From here, you do a spear hand without doing that augmented thing like I've done in the other form before. From here, knife hand, I think. Knife hand. Nope, that's wrong. No, that is right. Let me just get the angles on that because they do angles differently. I got half of it right. So, let's see what it says. Circular middle body block. Collapse right arm, forearm down to the left forearm. Turning around front kick and middle block, or as they call it, yeah, and it is a hammer fist. Circular block, middle circular block is what they're calling that. And knife hand block. 3 knife hand blocks. And the spear hand. Spear hand to solar plexus height, yeah. And okay, and then let me just check that out. Okay, up and down. Oop, we got the wrong one.
No, you did good.
Oh, and standing up a little bit and facing sideways. 1, 2, 3, spear hand. See if the angle, okay. Oh, it's 45 knots. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's get that far. So there wasn't a bit of an angle change in it compared to what I'm used to, but that's fine. Let's do the feet, and from here. Boom. Bring the arms together. Oops. Arms together, so it's stepping up, not stepping into a deep horse stance, but more like a shallow horse stance with that hammer fist strike. Same thing the other side. And turning around, front kick and middle lock. Boom. Then that knife hand block, knife hand block, knife hand block. Spear hand from here, instead of doing that 90-degree turn that I was doing, because that's the part that I was learning, taught. It's actually here I'm doing a 135-degree turn. So 90, 100, so not, or sorry, not a 270 degree turn. 90, 180, 235, and then off of the angle, and then from there, that circular block kick. Circular block kick. And from there, now I'm going to see which hand position they're using for that, but let me do this from the other angle. So, yeah, not all the way that way, but only to the, yeah, 135 degree angle. And from here, kick, kick. Now, that's the part I have to be a little bit sure about. What kind of augmented block are they doing at that point? Oh. No. Oh. Okay, they are. So it's simplified, but let me see. So I can't tell where the angle went from the book, whether it's an augmented block like this, or whether they're just, as the Shotokan people do, hinging at the elbow, whereas the style that I did, we were kind of bracing that forearm like so. So I'll just go with the one that I know, which is that one, not the other one, because if something hit your arm hard, it would collapse over, and it doesn't seem as strong a position as this. This does not seem as strong as this. So that's the one I'm going to go with. And then the rest of that form is pretty easy. 13-minute mark. Right. And from here, lower block, upper block, lower block, upper block. Oh, someone's moving out. That's where all that noise is. So, just a point of technique. Don't do upper block like this because it's not doing anything. It's just absorbing the full force of whatever you thought you were blocking or deflecting, and you're going to break your ulna bone. Have an angle to it so it hits and slides down. Don't do one of these things. And I've seen this in karate and taekwondo schools, and it's the most, I mean, you can see the top of my head, so this isn't even blocking anything coming at the head like that. So please don't do upper block like this. It's the most amateurish thing I've ever seen. Okay, we'll go on to the next one, which should be a little bit easier, because originally in modern times, the first one and the second one were reversed. So what I just did was actually the second one, even though they call that number one. for the ease of learning for beginning students. And awesome. My keyboard is jamming up. So, yeah, Pinon 1 and 2 were reversed in order because what they called number 2 was actually easier than what they were starting off with as number 1. So modern times they've flipped those two. The rest of the 3, 4, and 5 were the same, but it's 1 and 2 that kind of did musical shares with each other. Now I'm going to go slowly because I don't assume to know this style, even though I know the shape of the kata because it's similar to what I've done before. So there, Pinon Nidan. Pinon Nidan is sometimes taught before. Yeah, let's do a little history here because the book has kind of spelled it out for us, which is useful. Pinon Nidan kata, peaceful second degree form. Pinon Nidan kata is sometimes taught before Pinon Shodan kata, as it is deemed simpler in its movements. But traditionally, it is the kata for the orange belt grade. It encompasses techniques that allow one to develop good, simple, effective techniques for self-defense. Well, I'm not too sure if I agree with that statement, but blocking techniques are symbolized as striking techniques in parts of the kata. Head blocks used as forward neck strikes and knife hand strikes in the last two combinations. Okay, so you're imagining that you're hitting someone up with the chin with your forearm, knocking the neck back with those last upper blocks is what they're saying. The block, even the knife hand block is actually, they're saying it's a knife hand strike, which goes to another concept where they're saying blocks can be strikes, can be blocks. So upper block, something's coming down and you're deflecting it, but it can also be used to slam that chin, the neck back with the forearm, or a forearm strike. The knife hand block, something's coming in and you're blocking it with the knife hand, can also be a strike to the neck, though there might be some slight angular changes on that. But also with the knife hand, you're not actually hitting with this whole part of the hand. You're actually ideally hitting with this part of the hand, and actually there is a bone in your wrist, which is even more useful to hit with because it's a tiny little bony point, which hits even better. And I would even say that as opposed to the traditional knife hand position, bending it here makes for a harder hit. So I would even say hitting knife hand like that. You'll see that in ninjutsu. They've got a block like this and they're coming in and hitting with knife hand like that. So I would recommend, if you're going to hit with knife hand, hit with this position, not with this position, even though that's what they teach to beginners. Okay, so let's get on with this. Actually, I gotta mix things up and do a Korean beginning form, and then we'll go into Pinon Shodan. It's because I find the Korean ones a lot more, I don't know, realistic than the Japanese forms. Kuksul, and a lot more fluid. think I have this feeling I screwed that up somehow. Oh, right. Okay. One more. Actually, let's do it from another angle. Like so. Forgot the back part of it. So as you can see from that last form, a lot more spinning and jumping and crouching and things, because that's what Korean forms are known for. So now we'll go on to this because I don't think you do any crescent kick until later in karate forms, whereas that Korean form we were doing that fairly right off the bat. That's usually they break that Korean form into 6 parts. Really warm out today. Okay, so yeah, it's 45 instead of that 90 that I'm used to, which is fine. It's doable. And a different knife hand block at the end. That's the only difference. Okay. See if I can finagle through this. So I'm going to do the version that I was used to with the same name. Pina and Shodan. So block, punch, block, hammer fist, punch, block, upper block, upper block. Or actually, was it? Yeah, actually, punch, punch, punch. Wow. My memory's really going on me. That's how long it's been since I haven't actually been to an orthodox karate class in decades, so I guess that I'm forgetting some things. It's to be expected. Yeah, it is upper block on the, okay. bit different, so get on showdown, and then you go right away. That dropping hammer fist. Punch. And lower block. Dropping hammer fist. Punch. Turn. 1, 2, 3. From here. Low block punch. Low block punch at an angle. Then 1, 2, 3 punches down this way. Let's slowly do that again. 2 or 3 different versions of the same form floating around my head. So I'm gonna
Just put that in the box there. Don't put it in
fridge is making noise. Are you moving in or moving out? Can't tell. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. You're on showdown. Boom. So doing a dropping hammer fist right away, and now punch. Lower block. Dropping hammer fist. Punch. Lower block. Upper block. Upper block. Upper block. There. Lower block at a 45-degree angle, not a 90. And punch. Lower block at 45 degrees. Punch, and then 3 punches going forward. Two, 3. And then from here. Oh yeah, that weird knife hand block that I've never done before. There's my Ko-fi page, everybody. If you do like what you see, please buy me a coffee to support the stream. Means that we're at the half an hour mark. So yeah, let's let me do it from this side. So turn, hammer fist block, forward punch from here, lower block, hammer fist, punch, low block, upper block, upper block, upper block. From there, lower block, punch at a 45-degree angle on both sides. Then from here, lower block, here, 3 punches, and you can. There's 2 ways to go about this. You can alter the timing, or if you're a beginner, you're just doing 1, 2, 3. But once you're more used to kata, just finish from there. You can alter the timing 2 or 3, and making sure that you're stepping and you're not punching before you're stepping. 1, 2, 3, or you can adjust the timing 1, 2, 3 to get those 3 punches in. And from there, it's a knife hand block. And I'm not too sure if they're using horse stance for that. But the first one, when you're coming along, you're turning around, and then stepping forward. One of them's like this, and the other one's like that. So one of them, the hand is inverted over. The other one, hand is like that, normally like that. So one's like that, and one's like that. Just flipping. One of them is palm up, and the other one is palm down. On that last sequence of blocks or strikes, maybe they're striking to the inner thigh with the knife hand or ridge hand. Yeah, they are using that shikodachi, kind of like a horse stance. So we're going to do it from the other side. Boom, boom, more block, boom, boom, more block, upper block, upper block, upper block, lower block, punch, lower block, punch at a 45 angle, lower block, punch, punch, punch from here, turning, and then on the other side. So the feet are like that. Just read their description and see what they say about that. We'll read through the entirety of it. In many dojos in the West, Pinan Shodan kata is taught as a second kata, as it is deemed more difficult than the Pinan Nidan. But traditionally, it is the kata is for one obtains their yellow belt grade. So just a step up from white, which is pure untrained beginner. So cat stance, circular body block, and right for that's the second one. It's the first one, that's for okay. Fantastic. Are you moving out or are you moving in? They must be moving out, because it wouldn't make sense if the van door was closed and they were driving away. Because I think they were loading stuff in and moving out. Okay, no, right. I'm looking for the Nidan one. I'm getting confused again. It's the Nidan one. left crescent striking block. So I guess that's what they're calling this. They're calling it a striking block. So maybe deflecting something off and then hitting with that, blocking with the arm, but hitting with the hammer fist. They're calling it crescent striking block. Then right stepping punch, yeah, and then looking and doing that lower block. So crescent block, strike, and then stepping forward and punching, and then doing the lower block, and then that crescent. And stepping forward, left stepping punch, left lower block, and then right head block, left head block, right head block. That's what they're calling it. Left lower block, stepping punch, 45-degree punch. Left lower block, stepping punch, right, left, right. Lower knife hand block towards the northwest. And lower knife hand block. The only difference is, like I was saying, they're doing that knife hand block. One seems to be palm up and the other one seems to be palm down in their knife hand block. Pinanidon effectively teaches one to defend against the following violent attacks: common hook punches, stepping punches, kick attacks, lapel grabs, and wrist grabs. But they're not showing the application of that, so pretty much have to take it on their word. But I think that's enough for now. Maybe I'll just go through that one more time facing the front, doing it slowly, or maybe I'll do it at an angle just so you can see things. Pina Nidon. Give myself room. So a crescent block strike, punch, lower block, crescent block strike, punch, lower block, upper block, upper block, upper block, 45-degree, lower block, stepping punch, lower block, stepping punch, lower block. 1, 2, 3 punches from here. We're doing that. And I think it's the inverted knife hand, and then stepping forward, the lower knife hand, and I've got to get used to, I'm so used to retracting from here, but I think they're doing the retraction on both those across the solar plexus, which would make sense. You'd want to cover your solar plexus on some movements. So again, 3 punches, and then and try not to get that too high, but want that lower block with the knife hand. And that's it. So now I'll go find somebody to raid. I'll get a drink because it's really warm outside. And somebody looks like they're moving out. The upstairs neighbors. I'll show you the version that I learned now. Yeah, actually, I don't want to confuse anybody, particularly myself. So that's fine. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Check that gym stick workout too. It's pretty good. Good resistance, rubber band stuff. I really needed to exercise because I've been eating some junk food lately and getting a little bit, I think I'm just a little bit over 180 pounds, and I'd like to get down and trim that midsection of mine, that paunch. Okay. You know what? We're going to go raid Space Body Fitness because he's been good to me the last couple times. So, and I really like, hopefully he's doing some Tai Chi because he does that. So it'd be good to follow up some of that vigorous hard style with some soft style like he does, some internal style to relax the body and get everything into, what's the word? Into neutral is what I'll say. Tomorrow is Canada Day, so I won't be streaming. But at some point, I do owe you guys a Tomb Raider stream, so I definitely will get to that. My controller, like I said, ran out of juice, so I had to recharge it. Here we go, everybody. We're going to raid Space Body Fitness, so type in Glee raid when we get there. I guess it's just me today, so I'll type in Glee raid. We'll see you again, everybody, when I stream next.